Hi, my name is Chelsea, and my group, called Pigs with Wings, will be working on grassroots opportunities for Wyoming communities in transition away from coal. The first thing we're going to be looking at is our problem statement. Energy transitions right now are inevitable in Wyoming. Wyoming communities such as Gillette, that are economically centered around the coal industry, are facing inevitable transition away from coal due to national and global economic forces. This is being seen all across the country as people try and switch from non renewables to renewables. And currently, there's little to no NGOs or grassroots organizations in Wyoming, or ones that are eminent to help make this transition. One of the things that we're going to be looking at is how other NGOs and grassroots in other states, such as Pennsylvania and West Virginia, have helped the state's transition away from coal in the past. We intend to assess whether there's a need for organic coalitions and or endeavors with the goal of facilitating transition, and if so, what will their methods be? Next, we're going to be looking at the background and some literature review. Communities, community organizers, local officials, and the industry itself likely need more information about opportunities to develop in order to avoid overall economic hardship caused by the reduction in extraction operations and the certain transition away from coal products. So more information is generally needed for all stakeholders involved. The current state of grassroots organizations and NGOs, specifically those pursuing solutions to the coal problem, within Wyoming is generally non-existent or unknown to us. So it's necessary to find methods that work for other attempts at grassroots organizations. Our initial research consists of peer-reviewed studies within the socioeconomic field, as well as contemporary journalistic articles. So initial research in peer-reviewed studies and contemporary journalism is going to be essential for our project. We also intend to interview various individuals with particular knowledge about the struggle to make the transition successful. Now on to our plan objectives. Right now, we are assessing the grassroots organization called the Alliance for Appalachia in order to understand their methods to success and obstacles faced. This will provide an example for comparison with Wyoming's challenges. We also plan to interview stakeholders, locals, and staff working at the University of Wyoming's School of Energy Resources for more information, and specifically look at how their Wyoming Carbon Safe project, which looks at carbon capture and storage, could possibly impact the energy transition. This and similar research will provide foundational knowledge to help us assess the challenges specific to Wyoming communities. We hope to discover methods that Wyoming coal communities can utilize and provide Wyoming-specific information for others connected with this energy transition. Research methods for this project are simple, and they're going to begin by building a background knowledge through peer-reviewed literature, and we're going to move forward from there. Interviewing experienced grassroots and NGO personnel has great potential to shed light on some parts of the project which we have thus far struggled with. Collecting data from state and local governments may prove to be one of our most important sources of information, as governmental policy dictates many of the things going on in the energy industry. Using the accumulation of all this data, we will expose opportunities for local organizations and create a final product to distribute among stakeholders. Our timeline for the project is as follows. Prior to spring break, we will continue initial research to establish foundational knowledge, not only about NGOs across the country, but also how they could be incorporated into Wyoming. We're going to complete the research proposal and presentation assignments necessary for project completion, and we're going to assign individual research avenues, interviewers, and interviewees. Post-break, we're going to meet to collaborate regarding the research that we completed. We're going to actually conduct the interviews with the NGOs that we have specified. We're going to create a rough draft of the first draft submission of our project, and we're going to meet mid-semester assignment deadlines. And lastly, our project budget. Right now, there's no specific budget in place with our project, as we don't feel like it's necessary at this point in time. If we were to be traveling for interviews and to like an NGO headquarters, for example, there may be some money needed for that. But since there are no plans for that at this time, we will develop our budget accordingly. So right now it's not currently applicable, and it is going to be reassessed after some further research.